Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to National Sports Loaded, and in this video I will be doing a review on my team the Parramatta Eels against the home side Penrith Panthers on Friday night. So as you may have all not known by the score shown here, we had an opportunity to sush the doubters, but the numbers were pressuring our way, which turned out to not be the worst, but also got some positive things that I like. Because in this game I wanted the Eels to not focus on the win, but improvements, which is what I will go in a second. But yeah, it all started with Penrith putting pressure on us, and make sure that we don't get out on our 30 or even 20-meter line, which had to force us to defend. And that's just say it was the best defense I have ever seen this season, by forcing them error upon error and upon error. Which showed on the stats. Penrith have made 3 more errors than us, which isn't too bad, but no surprise we made a lot of errors as well. But during the defense, Blake Ferguson also saved a cost try when the defense was open up for Louis, but luckily at the end they didn't score first, but score later on the siren of halftime, with the loser himself Mattison, when Blake failed to keep attention and maintain his position because of being alarmed from the fast pace from the Panthers, which really put him off. During the last set kick for the Eels, I think it was Stephen Crichton kick it, because of Moses' great kicking technique, by booting up a tornado kick, and put some pressure on the player, which was good tactics, but then it was wasted, when Clint Gutherson didn't look at the ball, and dropped and wasted for his team, as an captain. But suddenly Mattison drops it as Blake Ferguson pressures Mattison, and makes him think of thinking fast, but he had nowhere to go, and also didn't know if he had to step or not, during of how much time he had to do with the ball, when Blake Ferguson came charging in. Then after that we got a penalty, which others believe it was soft, which it was kinda, but still we got just we wanted, by getting 2 points with Moses converting the penalty goal in front of approximately 10 meters away. Then in the second half we started off having a great attack, but later in the 55th minute the Panthers scored off Cleary's kick and Martin was able to jump high in the air and put it down for his team to make it 12-2. Then later Cleary got a 40/20 for his team, which it was Ferguson cost us to get that. But then later they got a penalty, which was BS in my opinion, and also at the end of the game they managed to finish us off by Louis scoring the last one, and made it 20-2, which was the full-time score. So yeah, as you may have seen it wasn't a night, but most importantly we improved from our defense, but not so much with the attack and possession as well, which is what cost us the game, and was hard to be able to get over their line and score at least one try. So in the sheds, I saw on TV that Nathan Brown and Will Smith having a discuss with the team and telling them of how they can learn from this and be better when testing it out against the Broncos and the Tigers at Bankwest Stadium, which will give them a result of how they can stop teams like the Roosters, Storm and also the team on Friday that they lost to. But what will I go through is the players' ratings and see how they can improve from this game, and also I will give my analysis of how the team can improve together and see what positives I can say about their performance on Friday night. So starting off with Clint Gutherson with 6.5. He was the only player who could take a kick strongly and be to push forward, but he also made a couple of mistakes that he hold take cover and be able to give the Eels a massive opportunity to score, which shows lack of communication from him again, which I'm not impressed at all. Mattison gets an 4.8. He was so terrible, but not that bad. At least he made some meters and good tackles. But I would never forgive after what he just did when Brian Tuo kicked the ball and all Sivo had to is just pick up the ball and either run out of play or even pat the ball out of play to have safety first, which I'm really concerned of who is teaching this young man about safety and concentration. I just don't know if he's scared or not, but if he is, then he must really need to wake, because if that mistake against Brian Tuo to lead to us can send a try, then I hold put him down as the worst player of that night. Really embarrassing from the Fijian winger. He got a long way and also a lot to think about before getting comfortable about the finals, because at the moment he is lost in the head and lost all of that good form from the beginning. From this year and even against the Roosters, when dropping Tedesco, Michael Jennings gets an 6.5 as well. He was quite alright, but still didn't get enough into the game and have a lot of improvement to do, but he wasn't that bad when offloading to Sivo for once in the game. but overall, he could been more than a threat to the Panthers tonight. It's just that the quality of the Panthers was just too good for him. Whacker Blake gets an 6.8. Sure, he saved us a lot of tries, and I know a lot of you think that he doesn't deserve to have this rating, but let me tell you what, he got away with luck on the left side of the wing, but overall his attack was pretty good. By gained some good meters, which shows that he is trying to hold on that form, just like what he did to his old club last time. Blake Ferguson gets an 6.3. One good thing about Ferguson is that he saved a try from the beginning to stop Crichton, as mentioned before, but as also mentioned before, he wasn't staying in his position and not being flexible enough of clear his kicks, and also defending as well when conceding against a fucking loser, and also made a lot of silly mistakes, which in my opinion he is better than this, and I seen it from last year as well. I definitely know he is better than this. It's just that he wasn't staying in his mind and also being flexible and clutch enough to keep the Panthers out of the competition. Really needs to look at himself instead of the team as well all the time. When is he not covering for the team and making himself as too good for the team, and always having a smile, and as well not taking his mistakes seriously and having a fit about it? J Field gets an 6.6. He was also really good, but once again, didn't get that much and stay quiet for the rest of the match when making good tackles and gain meters along with his speed, which was very hodgish from the team on Friday. That didn't even lead to him have many chances. Mitchell Moses gets an 6.5 as well. One of his kicks lead to Crichton not knowing what to do but to kick the ball away because it was too dangerous from him to catch it, which the kick that Moses produced was a tornado kick, which was a smart play from him. But as the rest of the kicks, some weren't too bad, but most of them honestly weren't putting enough pressure on the Panthers, and also some of them were going to the exact players, but it was their fault because the chasers weren't looking to grab, instead they waited too long and time it terribly, which gave possession back to the opposition. Reagan Campbell Gillard gets an 6.6 for me. He was making some good meters, but also get a bit wrecked from the Panthers because he knows that he is facing against his old club and everyone hated him, which they try their best to push him away, but still could have did much better rather than staying there being quiet and making some good plays for his team. But I don't blame him that others are not helping him out as well. Which the only one that helped him out was Junior Paulo, which I will go in for a second. Raystone gets an 6.7. He defended pretty good, which shows how underrated he is, and shows good teamwork, which kept the Panthers scoreless in the first half mostly until Mattison scored, but unluckily he got sent off, and I hope he will not get out for another game. Junior Paulo gets an 6.6. I thought he giant some good meters and also made a lot of offloads as he usually does, which is good for him. I just expect him to his strength to giant better meters than that, because back at Canberra he kept on dropping players like that one game when Canberra vs Manly at home in 2016 I believe, and he looked like a tank. Now he looks a bit softed, to be honest. And he really needs to start being aggressive more rather than offloading, which shows that he kinda useless for his body to push over with strength, but I get he is not using it all the time to play smart with it and combine with smart play by offloading the ball and be able to create space. But yeah, I want more aggressive from him in further game, which he does. Then the centers will struggle and get rattled by his strength and also get highlighted by combining with his offloading as well. Sean Lane gets an 6.7. He was pretty good with attack. There nothing that much I could say, but possibly improving by being more aggressive and also smart by finding holes and put more pressure on the players to be hard to stop and be able to gain more meters, which will possibility get them on the 10-meter line and be easy to score. Ryan Mattison gets an 6.5. He was alright with the attack, but not good enough from him as he gets pressured from the Panthers defense and be able to not cause any threats and set plays from him, which is what I expect him to do in the further matches and also in the finals, which will be a big role and moment for the club to able to cause threats and put pressure on more teams and play around them and make them frustrated. Which, as I say, for all the other players he got a lot of talking to do as well, which he looks a bit behind others as well, which is a worrying sign for Mattison and also leading up in the finals as well. Nathan Brown gets in 6.4. As I say again, he seems the same as last time, which he ran aggressive, but didn't bother to push defend hard enough through the players' defense more. But what I love from him in the sheds is that he gave a big talk to his team and be able to improve from what they just did from last night. Andrew Davey gets an solid 6.7. He wasn't that bad tonight, but made a couple of good meters for the team going up against a first place team. Was really impressive for him, and I hope he can build that up further in the future. But yeah, happy for his performance tonight, and he did the best that he could. Kane Evans gets an 6.6 because he was making some good meters. As I said a lot of times in this video, he wasn't that bad, but he got pressured from the Panthers defense as well. So yeah, he really needs to pick up his form if he really wants to win the premiership before leaving this club and heading to the Warriors next year. Oregon Corfusi gets an 6.5 because I thought he was silly and mostly of the game and needs to be backing the backline up and be able to cause threats as well, because I know that Neocorp beside him helps be confident. But yeah, if his buddy is injured, he really needs to learn from what he is doing and how he can use that strength to push overs and cause headache for them as well when attacking the opposition. And finally, Will Smith, which he gets in 6.7. I thought he was really decent, even against his old club, which he made some good set pieces to the team and also was a good team leader also, and I thought he had the potential to open up doors for other players to score for the Eels. But he also had a team talk with them in the sheds and told them what they need to improve from now and how should they act as a team and see why they are not working together and hooping and thinking about last night's game at Panthers Stadium and lead it to them for the rest of the season as slow benefit themselves to be better, stronger and also smarter in the final series, most importantly, because that's actually the best thing that they can think about right now to able to improve from their performance against the Panthers. Now what I wanna say before ending this video is that not only I will put a rating on my team, but also explain why I haven't been uploading frequency. The team for me gets an 4.8 in total. We looked like we didn't want to score at all in the first half and looked like that we're about to get flogged, but all thanks to our deficit kept them on making errors as mentioned before in this video. But I want to see is that these players and the team didn't had a chance to shine on the stage in front of their away fans tonight, which for me, they have a lot of thinking before even getting into that form, which is kinda worrying for me in the finals. But at least I was happy from an improvement in the defense. It's just the problem is that we can't combine that energy with our attack, and we did. We cold been on their 10-meter line for the rest of the game and either score 24 points or more. But who knows, because in 2009 Parramatta have lost heavily against the Dragons away, but then shine on the stage by defeating them in the elimination final and getting all the way up to the grand final, which they need to think about that as well. But not always depending on luck, and most importantly also relying on their captain Clint Gutherson by being confident taking cover for the team by catching the ball rather than Blake Ferguson catching it and slipping or be pressured from the kick as well, which I also want to point out that we were panicking a bit with the cover, which was embarrassing for us to show against our rival, when also not showing enough passionate discipline encouragement to show that we are not scared, which, as I'll say again, Brad Arthur, Nathan Brown, Will Smith, and also the captain Clint Gutherson will need to have a big talk and tell them why they want to improve, but for a reason why they are in the top 4. Now I will explain why I haven't been uploading frequency. It's because on Monday I was going to do the Warriors vs Eels review, but didn't have enough time to do that because of privacy reason on Tuesday, and also getting some work done and other important stuff happening in my life at the moment. So I'm sorry if I'll let you people down. I know you love of how much content I released before, but took it down because of privacy reasons. So yeah, I will try my best in the future to improve, just maybe as a Parramatta Eels, to be able to upload more. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry if this video was long. It was also long to make as well, and I hope you enjoy it. Take care and enjoy the rest of the weekend. This has been National Sports Loaded. Stay tuned for more content and be safe.